It was a big mess. I ended up with water in my boots. I even had some goat poop in my boots. It was really disgusting. Well, it has been a long day and it's just morning. At 4 a.m. this morning, I woke up and I could hear the rain coming down like crazy. And I jumped up and thought, oh my gosh, because we had moved our goats down and they were like in the barn. And if you remember last time we had a lot of rain, our barn flooded. And so I was really concerned about the goats being over there in the flooded barn. And Michael was getting up to go to work about that time. And I asked him about it, and at first he was like, the rain's not coming fast enough, so they ought to be all right. And then when he went out to his truck, he noticed there was water running through the barn and towards the barn and everything. What happens when it rains a whole lot here is there's a huge stream of water that comes down and around, and it runs right through there. In fact, it sounds like a little creek going right now. It runs down here. A couple days ago, we put a little bit into this pen because he was bullying Nutmeg and not letting her in the barn, and it had started raining and she was wet and cold. And so we put him in here, and last night he was surrounded by water, but his little area right there was still dry, so we left him. But we may end up having to move him out too.
I went to go get this for you so you could record.
Oh, well, thank you. The water in front of the barn here, it's down a lot compared to what it was 4 o'clock this morning. Right over there in front of the goat door, the water was up to my knees, and I had to wade into that and grab the goats because, as you know, goats don't like water, and they were too scared to come out. And so I had to grab them, drag them through the water, and then take them into that side over there. It was a big mess. I ended up with water in my boots. I even had some goat poop in my boots. It was really disgusting, but at least we got them over to this side of the barn where they were dry and safe. And now, since the rain's kind of let up, we're going to get ready and move them out there by Ollie where they were at before. I don't know if you can see out there, but you know where Ollie's at. But we're going to move them out there because there's higher ground out there. From what I've heard, the rain isn't going to let up until this evening, so. Oh dear. We had them in their stalls, and obviously they jumped out. A few of them did anyway. Hey goats! You ready to go over to the other pasture? Here comes Brooke. We don't have any raincoats. I'm borrowing Miley's, but she made one of her own. Yes. At least you're gonna stay dry.
Yes, that's all that matters right now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a damn good idea. Wish I'd have thought of that. Oh, you might cut that gate over there so they don't go in there. Well,
I don't think they'll go in there.
I don't think they will either.
We'll see if we can get them to go around. We're just gonna go with them. There she goes. Come on, goats! Let's go! Come on! Let's go! One advantage to having an umbrella is that scares them. Go! Go! Got the bringer of the food right there.
Bringer of the grains.
The grains, yeah. As you can see, we got a small little river running right through here. You're gonna have to jump if you want to go over that. Over there, that's the probably the narrowest spot. I'm just gonna walk through because I got tall boots on.
Even if I didn't have rain boots, I would still have to jump.
Woo! Miley made it.
I wish I could step in that. Was there
It's not really too deep right here.
There is kind of like water in my boots already.
Mr. Ollie's getting impatient for his feed.
Need to turn the feed bunk around because it's got holes on that end. This end doesn't have end, and this end sits lower.
Hey, Ollie. You're feeling spunky this morning.
Yes, Brooke has your grain. Tell her to get back here. She'll give it to you.
Oh, there's still a lot.
He's the only one in a good mood today.
I'd dump it here in the middle, too.
Yeah, I was playing on it.
Okay. There you go, buddy.
Feed pan needs to be rinsed. I wouldn't doubt that there is one over here.
If you think this is bad, you should have been up here yesterday and smelled it.
Was there did it smell like skunk up here?
Very much.
Oh my gosh. Now it's going to creep me out to come up here. Yeah, it's starting in again.
I feel like you used my raincoat before
Yeah.
I could get to it. Michael!
Got your sweet pea.
This is actually blossom.
Oh, it's blossom.
Yes, it's blossom.
Sweet pea right here. Well,
There's the sweet pea.
one thing.
Well, now it's nice because we won't have to worry about the goats. Maybe I can sleep good tonight because last night I wasn't sleeping good at all because I was so worried about them. Well, I guess I could share the umbrella here. Oh, I guess I should put the camera in though.
Yeah, you
That's the biggest reason I had the umbrella was to keep the camera dry and stick the camera out in the rain so we can video us. That's not very smart.
And two, you're having problems with your camera right now too.
Yes, I am. My camera's about to croak. From what I hear, this rain is supposed to be going on and off the rest of today, so...
I'm going to join you under here.
We've gotten how many inches of rain so far?
Almost 5 inches.
4.5, almost 5.
Yeah, there's
Ooh.
a grub problem out here too.
Yeah, I knew we had a grub problem out here. Look at all of them. Yay!
There's
Ew.
one bigger than that I saw crawling on this back. So I kicked them away.
They're just soft and mushy right now.
Yeah.
Ew.
I guess that is one good thing about all this rain is hopefully it will drown out the grubs.
See, it's proof positive fat man can jump.
Oh, I forgot to say, earlier, you know, we got up at 4 a.m. and Michael was getting ready to go to work at that time. But then because of the rain and everything like that, it was like really intense at 4 o'clock this morning. He decided to take a vacation day and just stay home. That way he could help us get the goats out there and stuff like that. Well, now it's afternoon and it's still raining out. It's just crazy. Brooke just dumped our rain gauge and it measures up to 5 inches and it was full at the 5 inch mark. And it's filling up once again. So it'll be interesting to see how much rain we have once this is all over. And as you know how the old saying goes, when it rains it pours, and aside from all the rain and the flooded barn and all of that, we have another issue going on. Our sewer isn't flowing very good right now. At first we thought it was because the ground was so saturated that it wasn't able to drain very good, but I called my mom and asked her if she was having problems, and hers is working just fine, and hers is attached to ours, so that means that we probably have a clog somewhere in there. And so I had plans this afternoon to can the green beans, but since our sewer is slow moving, I can't really wash jars. Instead, I'm going to lacto-ferment some as I planned, and then I'm going to freeze the rest and not can any right now just because I need to get them put up, and I'm tired and exhausted, and I'm just so over it right now. I was also going to make a video on just preserving green beans, but again, as I said, I'm tired and exhausted, and I'm unmotivated at the moment, so I'm just going to include that in this video. Well, just when I thought nothing else could go wrong today, my video camera died. And this time, we can't get it, we can't revive it. So it's just done, kaput, that's it. And so, that happened right in the middle of when I was making fermented green beans. And after that, I was just like, forget it, I just need to finish my beans. So I finished them up, and I got them right over here in the crock. And so I got to thinking, I did a video on that last year, but I didn't have my crock. But if you're interested in wanting to know how to ferment green beans, I'll post that video right up here, and you can go check it out. And so then I wasn't going to record anymore for the rest of the day because I was pretty ticked, but Brooke talked me into getting her phone out. She was so nice and loaned it to me. And so I said, okay. And so she and I are sitting here snapping beans. And I'm not going to can them as much as I'd like to, but I'm not, because, like I said before, our sewer isn't draining right and all of that. So, but we are going to freeze them as we get them snapped. And I'm just going to show you how. I'm not going to blanch them or anything. So once we get them all snapped, we will show you how to do that. Okay, now that we got them all snapped, we are just bagging them up, and I'm using my food saver, and I am basically just putting the beans into the bag like this. We're measuring out about 4 cups for a quart. And then I am not vacuum sealing it, I am just sealing it. But I'm trying to get as much of the air out as possible, but just not going ahead and vacuum sealing it so that way the beans stay loose and they don't stick together when they freeze. So, and I have this thing set right here. I just push just the seal button, and then wow, barely got sealed, but anyway, just like that. I really would like to get a little more air out than that though, but it works. Basically, just pull out the amount of bag that you want, and then you just push this back like that, and then it creates a seal. Then when this little seal button quits blinking, then it means it's done. Undo it, pull it out just a bit, and you cut it off like that. Oh my gosh.
I was wondering.
Oh my gosh, I cut it right on the seal.
On the seal.
Okay, you don't do it like that. I'll try this again. Well, since I kind of messed that up, I'm gonna...
You just need to pull it out just a little bit and cut it.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is stick this back in here like this. There's a little line in here where it heats it up. I'm just going to make sure it's right over that. Put this back over it like so, and seal it again.
There you go.
Whoa, I barely got it again, but at least the seals, there's enough there that I think it'll work. So just put your beans in. This time I'll try to squish out more air. Push to seal, and then we're really excited to try frozen green beans. Brooke is not that crazy about canned green beans, and so she's been wanting me to freeze some. So I thought, you know, this would be a good opportunity to try it and see how it works. So, well, I guess we are just gonna go ahead and finish packaging these beans up, and so we'll probably just go ahead and wrap up the video for today, and we will see you next video.
See ya. That's probably kind of